Hey, welcome back everyone to the 2014 European Challenger Series. It's time for our second game in this best-of-3 quarter-final showdown between Ninjas in Pajamas and Unicorns of Love. Now with one more win, the Ninjas in Pajamas will knock the Unicorns out of Love and advance one step closer to a shot at the LCS.
Knock them out of the tournament, too.
Yep.
So NIP, speaking of knocking people out, Ko.
Yeah.
He was everywhere he needed to be, kicking people, destroying them, came through the bottom lane turret.
Jumping
the
over
last place you would expect him to be.
Yeah.
Last jungle route you would expect somebody to gank you from.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, when you think about jungle routes, you're like, okay, he'd come through lane, around the side, this way, but it's like nope,
and he could
all the way around.
Yeah.
So even your turret isn't safe at that point.
No.
And he was level 5. He wasn't 6. So he was coming in and he wasn't going to be able to kick them into the team. He was just like,
Q you.
I'm going to jump in. He flash E'd for the slow onto Morgana and ended up getting the Q and picking that kill up. So Ko, all around the map, really kind of outplaying Sheepy.
Yes.
Who ended up with big death toll that game.
Yeah, 8 deaths.
Yeah.
And just, he kept getting caught out. Like, a couple times a little bit too aggressive, a couple of times it wasn't in the right spot. Sometimes it was just like, there's a Ko in my jungle. And then he
There's a Ko in my jungle.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal. Other update, by the way, the AD carry for Unicorns of Love, Vardogs, will be in this game. So he's since been, I guess, gotten himself into the spot where he can play. So we will not see Sir Scott again this game.
Yeah.
Did have a decent game on Jinx, but...
yeah, he went 6-4-1.
Yeah.
Vardogs, on the other hand, has had amazing performances in the past.
Yeah.
His KDA is currently 26 with 0 deaths.
Right.
So now it's time to see if he can be tested or not.
Yeah, because keep in mind also that UOL lost that bot lane pretty hard. They got level 2 first, they tried to push in, and then they got out CS pretty miserably, started losing out in the lane. He had a 20 CS deficit, so that was one part that went pretty poorly for them. We'll see if that issue gets fixed. Because top lane was fine in the 1v1. If they can fix their bottom lane to be fine in the 1v1, then you're in a much better place as a team.
Definitely. Now, the Yasuo being banned out here, they don't want any of that from Nuke Doug because the way he was able to get to the back line just off of an assistance from his team, just very mild assistance too. No AD carry's been banned out just yet. So Lucian and Twitch will both be up for this. Vardogs is a very good AD carry.
We'll see what the kind of focus ends up being on. Sheepy is a big Lee Sin player. Will they steal that one away with first pick? If both AD carries are left up, the big Lucian and Twitch duo, I would expect that. No, the Lulu comes through right away. That's going to come through on a Power of Evil or Vizicachi. Not immediately on Vizicachi's champion pool, but we'll see.
Not really immediately in either of their champion pools in terms of what they've played, but what they play in team compositions is very, very different than what they play in solo queue. So we're going to have to see where that Lulu ends up going. Maybe it's for Hillsong. You never know. But I don't know if they pick their support first. They do want to keep it out of Alex H's hands.
Yeah. But
that sets them up for Ko getting Lee Sin again.
Exactly. Twitch Lee Sin, I'm not surprised at all that NIP grabbed these. First pick Twitch last time, second round Lee Sin for them, so no surprise. Lucian, though, did escape the ban phase, so we'll get that one again. Now does Sheepy also, does he say, you know, I'm still going to play Elise, or they try to actually pinch more of the mid and top lane picks, but looks like not the case.
Yeah, the Lucian most likely going to be locked in here to go up against the Twitch. A little bit more of a lane bully at the start. I'm surprised, though, that they didn't pick Lee Sin first for Unicorns of Love, because that is Sheepy's most played champion.
Yeah.
And the fact that he didn't have a great performance last game on Elise, if he repicks it again, we've seen this story before. We've seen what happens between Sheepy and Ko when they're playing Lee Sin and Elise. Turns out pretty big for Ko. Not so well for Sheepy.
That's true.
Maybe he's thinking it was just an unfortunate circumstance. I'm not just getting outplayed.
It's going to be an interesting battle to see how it brawls out. Though we've taken the last couple seconds to look at the Kazakhs there instead. I actually like that one a whole lot more. So, okay, interesting actually. We're just told actually they couldn't switch. They're actually not allowed to switch to Vardogs.
Illegal.
In this game. Yeah. Unfortunately, I wish I knew the rules on the top of my head. I'm guessing that it's in the middle. Rule 3.3. I'm actually being told it now. So I now do know. I'm guessing you can't sub in the middle of a series. It would actually be the rule right there. So as I am continually told the rule book through my ears, I'll be able to tell you for sure, but that would be my guess as to why. But
so get Sir Scott back on.
Yeah, because he clearly played in the first 2 weeks, right, with the team. So was an eligible part of the roster, but at this point, I think it's likely due to the middle of the series. They probably might have to stay with Sir Scott, but so we'll see. Actually, if picks and bans have to change, I would guess they would actually forcibly. I'm going to stop speculating. I have no point to speculate about what's going to happen with the game. We'll do that when it actually comes to it with the game itself. So then we'll talk about what we've seen from the first game and what we can expect to see in game 2. I think that's the safest area to talk about.
Now there's less speculation because it's the same players.
Yes.
So.
Still Sir Scott. I'm pretty much for sure on that one.
Yes.
Okay. So I am surprised that in that champ select, UOL didn't prioritize Lee Sin. I think that is actually a really interesting point there. Again, yeah, Sheepy's most played. Ko was massive on it. The fact that doesn't happen, say that they have something way more important in mind. One of them being the Lulu, which I believe was banned by them in the game 1. I don't think you would not ban a champ in first pick at round 2. That doesn't make any sense. So if I remember correctly, that was a ban. So Lulu's apparently a freaking big priority for these guys.
Yeah, Nuke Duck plays it, Alex Each plays it, it's a flex pick for them, and apparently they're flex laners too.
Yeah.
They can go top, they can go mid, they don't care. They're both very, very good.
Yes.
They've both mid laned at World's caliber.
Mm-hmm. And they fought against each other.
Yeah,
in the
that's
LCS
true.
this time last year. So then the other one being that, okay, so they're kind of allowing Ko to get Lee Sin again because they could spend bans on it, right? They have the option to do so. Of course, they'd rather ban Kayla away from Alex Ich. They'd rather steal away his Lulu as well with the first pick. So it says they would rather keep hampering Alex and trying to find a matchup they can win instead of just simply going for... And basically that allows Ko to make all the moves.
Yeah.
And he kind of was the reason that NIP won that first game because he set everything up.
He's the reason they won their game as soon as they did. I'll put it that way.
That's true.
Because Nuke Duck didn't die. Alex Each didn't die. They both had very big scores coming out of the lane. They swapped lanes, and then they started to excel, and Alex just started pushing turrets in the top lane. And then they're like, oh, Nuke Duck, you're really strong. Nobody can duel you. Let's put you bottom. Like, have you hang out down there and start pushing yourself. Mm-hmm. But I think Ko is the reason. He was the facilitator of how quickly NIP ended that game, which has been an NIP problem.
That's true. And I like that they have this facilitator, right? And it's always interesting to me when a team can close a game rapidly without a tank.
Yeah.
Because the traditional way
that's the goal.
That you close games out fast is like you either set up these Baron baits and you've got to play them really, really properly, and then you hope you get the pick and you can kind of go off that, or you have like a really good siege team. You have like a Ziggs or Nidalee or something and you siege up in front of turrets, or you just have such a good team fight comp that you're like, we'll just show up at a turret, and if you only show up with 3, we'll just dive you.
Yeah. And I do think that Yasuo is one of the best, if not the best person to have in a full damage team with no tank because he deals with tanks so well with his armor penetration off his ultimate, which is more than a Last Whisper. I mean, it's bonus armor, but that's what people are usually stacking.
That makes it a good against tanks as opposed to a guy like Jinx.
So he can shred through them. He has a lockup for the duration. He has a shield, which you can get 2 of if you blow your flow, and then you use your last breath, it immediately fills it up again.
Yeah.
So he's naturally gets something like 1,200 more, so it's like 690 at max level. So you can get something like 1,200 to 1,400 more effective HP from having that shield.
Yeah. And then you think about the comp actually, and like I'm still like kind of putting my mind through that team composition, right? I'm like, no tank, no tank, no tank, and I keep saying it.
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, but there's so many ways that actually they gain durability. So they've got, I mean, rank 1 safeguard is not really an important shield. It's 40, like, you can't say rank 1, like, and pretty much every jungle Lee Sin max a safeguard last, so it's a 40-point shield. Like, that doesn't count as adding tankiness, like, to just be clear on that one. It's not legitimate concern. It doesn't build AP, so even if it's max, like, 20 is okay. But they've got Orianna, right? Sola and Orianna eventually gets points in that, had pretty good ability power that game. So you've got, 200 to 300 point shield once you get a death cap. Like, that's pretty good. You've got some durability there. The big one actually is Wind Wall. The big one's actually the Wind Wall. Because that's when you're fighting. By the way, keep in mind, right? All the kills went on Jinx.
Yep.
None of the kills went on Shyvana. And Shyvana honestly wasn't huge. Like Cutlass, Sunfire by the time the game ended because it was like a 30-minute game, right? Like that's not an incredibly scary Shyvana. Elise got destroyed. And then you have Ziggs and Jinx who are getting Windwalled.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, all of your damage is actually getting blocked up by Yasuo W. And by the way, Nuke Duck had a lot of amazing wind walls. Like, he had really good reflexes on them. They were aimed properly. He was saving teammates with them. Like, those are some freaking good wind walls that protected the squishy lineup.
Yeah.
And let them deal a bunch of damage. It was really good.
Yeah, it's something that doesn't show up on a stat score or anything like that. So, the game is still coming, you guys. It'll be up in just a moment here. We're getting Sir Scott back into the lobby and everything. And speaking of Sir Scott, he had 100% kill participation. He went 6-4-1. All the kills except for just 1 assist. I think that kill went over to Ziggs. Went over to Power of Evil at one point.
Yeah.
But Sir Scott did come up big for his team. He's going to be back in there. But the bottom lane synergy. When you're playing with a sub, when you're not playing with the person you are accustomed to playing with all of the time, and considering Vardog's had very, very good scores an amazing KDA, which he will continue to keep. So he'll probably be the highest KDA in all of Challenger throughout the season.
Unless Nukeduck and Alex can keep not dying and getting more kills. I mean,
that's true.
Sky's the limit for them.
Yeah, it's very, very, very difficult to keep up with that.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll have to see.
Yeah, and that's going to be rough, I feel, because the bot lane straight up lost in this game, in UOL vs NIP Game 1. Some of that's like a bit of counterpick potential, right? Like, you ban the Lucian, grab the Twitch, like the other really top tier AD carry. Nami's actually a really good matchup as Nami against Morgana. Like, it's a great matchup in the fact that these guys rush picked the Morg, and then Mithy was like, okay, Nami, no big problem.
New hotness.
Like, yeah, it's ironically new hotness is a water-based champion, but
boiling water.
Boiling water. Yeah. That's the one. Nami is boiling water. We got it. Which is actually would kill fish. In fact, that's how you cook fish. So, yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know. Do you really boil fish much?
I don't know, man. You're asking.
I've eaten some boiled shrimp. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, we got off topic really quickly.
That's okay. That's okay.
To be fair, we're in the pause between games. This is normal for us now. But yeah, like the 2-on-2 one straight up, even with Elise making the first gank down to the bottom lane, right? Like they were trying. She was trying to force the issue and couldn't quite do it. And you know, both junglers like hyper aggressive, making moves all the time, but Ko's just worked better. Was ultimately the case, and that really broke the game apart.
Yeah, and the bottom lane was losing by itself. Ko came in there, and he's like, oh, we're just going to punch even more.
Done.
Now it's done for. I'm going to go to other lanes that are already, you know, Power of Evil had a little bit of an advantage in his lane. Vizicachi had a little bit of an advantage in his in terms of CS. And then Ko was like, nope, that's done for. You guys are going to come invade. We're going to just bully Sheepy, and they got kills and assists off of him constantly inside of his jungle, constantly tried to come up for objectives, and then they punished him, and they just basically took Sheepy, pulled off 8 of their legs, and just handed it to each person. It's like, here you go. 8 deaths, 8 legs.
Man.
Each time. Pulled them apart.
Yep. Apparently Spiders only have 8 lives, because after 8 deaths, the team lost. If it was Nidalee,
one per leg.
They had 1 more kill left.
Yep.
1 more left than them, but not the case. So, just so you guys, I don't know. So just so you guys know, though, we will have new picks and bans, by the way, because, of course, you got to bring in a new player. You can't, I mean, I guess you could enforce, like, the first 5 picks and 6 bans.
But the bans
but
at the same time, though.
Yeah.
Because if you were targeted banning Sir Scott, and because they did ban out the Lucian and then pick the Twitch, they could ban Lucian and Twitch and then be like, all right, what's he going to play now? Force him on the Jinx, pick something else for ourselves, like an Ezreal or whatever we have in our back pocket. Yeah. So, yeah, new picks and bans coming out here because of the new player.
Yeah, so we'll see if any of the teams take any learnings from that one. And say,
or
okay,
you old play.
This. Yeah, sure. But yeah, new learnings based on like the ban phase. Like, oh, they're going to ban these 3 champions, right? Like, I don't know. Like, maybe there's something to learn. Honestly, it's not going to mean a whole lot. I think ultimately, what it really comes down to is the gameplay. And right now, NIP is shown to be stronger there, so we'll have to see if UOL can step up to that one. We're about 2 minutes away from Champ Select, by the way, so 2 minutes, you'll have a screen will be smaller, and you'll have champ icons on the screen. It'll be great. Okay.
And people will be selecting their champion. Oh, we just
wow, it's like a champ select or something. I've just realized like the quality of my like updates have like just progressed like worse and worse steadily, and now you're just like just directly making fun of me for it. Now you're like, freak, I don't even know what you said right there. You just described champ select in a more verbose and worse way than just the phrase champ select, and I'm like, you're right, Zyrene, I did that. I'm good at my job.
You are. You're very good at your job.
This is horrible.
But anyway.
Yeah.
So NIP, they closed the game out pretty quickly off of the back of Ko, setting them up. Can they do it again? You know, now that the Lee Sin has been shown that is another priority for them, I don't know how picks and ban is going to go this time. I'm pretty sure there's going to be different bans than what they banned in that second one.
Yeah.
Because they're like, okay, we saw your first 3 cards, what you would end up picking up. Not so sure if we want Ko on it. We did see the swap over to Kha'Zix at the last second for Sheepy because he didn't want to play the Elise into it. And I was actually, that's a good choice. Kha'Zix does pretty well against Lee Sin. He becomes very durable. Lee Sin can see him, but at the same time, he sees him while he has damage reduction.
Yeah.
So Kha'Zix, I would actually say probably fits countering Ko a little better than an Elise.
I can see that.
Yeah. Because Ko likes to come into your jungle. Isolation damage.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you still don't completely like.
You don't destroy him. Yeah.
Yeah, Lee Sin still beats you up. Like, I almost wonder if you could go for a pick like Xin Zhao and just like tunnel on the dueling case.
We're smaller.
Yeah, I just wondered, like, could you like really hardcore tunnel on the dueling case and get yourself on setting it up? No, interesting to note actually, the teams agreed to recycle the picks and bans from the first time around. So we'll actually go, down about 5 picks until we go in. So no extra new learnings.
Yeah, and Champion Select has started. You guys can see it there on your screen, off on the side. We unfortunately cannot.
Yeah, we'll get it up there. I mean, thankfully,
again,
the same 3 bands of the first pick still coming through the same as before. Lulu, Twitch, and Lee Sin on the other side of that one. And then, yeah, we had the Kha'Zix in, I think it was Lucian locked in the very last second.
Yes, it was Kha'Zix Lucian locked in at the last second. We're going to have to see what they end up going with here. They do end up getting one of those 80 carries for themselves. They get the Lucian, whereas last time they were forced onto the Jinx, which is not a very potent lane bully at all. I wouldn't even call her a lane bully. She just has a little bit of a range advantage over most champions, but at the same time, she's all auto attack based. She doesn't have abilities like Expunge, or I guess Contaminate at this point.
Yeah.
And Poison Cask. Is it Volatile Cask? I think it's Volatile Cask.
Venomous Cask.
Venomous Cask. It starts with a V. Thank you.
Yep. Getting up there. So the rest of the picks and bans did come through. Sorry we didn't call them out as they were going on, but now that we can see. Yeah, so Nami still comes through. Leona was grabbed, actually, so that'll be fun. Nuke Duck, no anymore. Backline type champion. Shyvana also for Alex Itch. So NIP, a pretty different type of composition here, actually.
Yeah, they do have the tank. Alex is going on to the Shyvana into the top lane. Nuke Duck's going to have his Nidalee. It looks like he's running Ghost right now. He can swap that over. But if that's what I think it is, it means that they're going to be going into the jungle a lot and skirmishing and chasing people down, with Ko continuing to invade people.
Yeah, and it's an interesting setup as well, with like the fact that you run Ghost means you're not afraid of getting bursted out, and you are fighting a Kha'Zix. Like, Kha'Zix is going to make you want to cast Summoner, Healer, Barrier at some point, right? So it's really going to be on how well Nuke Duck can stay in the back lines and not be reached. I think Lulu, right, there's not a lot of threat there. I think you can typically predict Lulu's damage, and you shouldn't be surprised too much, but yeah, it's like how well can you play against the Kha'Zix ganks is going to be a bit of a test. The other lane I want to watch out for is the fact that I feel like Vizichachi should have a really good time top lane against Alex to Shyvana, because Jax, I think, works very well against Shiv as a matchup, that you don't get bullied out super hard. There's ways to fight back.
It's also his most played.
Yeah, and it's his champion. Like, it's a spirit champion. So that's
Vizijaxi.
Vizijaxi. Yes. Yes, please.
He's played Aurelia every time that we've seen him in the round of 10 and round of 20. He didn't get it last game. But Jax is typically banned against him, actually.
Yeah, exactly. So. It's like, it's weird because I feel like they did like a medium level of research. Or like, I'm thinking about it, right? Like, why you would ban in this way and leave the champions up is like, you ban what he was successful with in the games themselves, but what he actually wants to play, what was banned in the first place. Yeah. And that to me, that's like, I feel like you're missing a step there when that happens. But that said, if NIP knows something that I don't, then you know what? That maybe you made the right choice and gave him Jax in the first place. But it's still something to be concerned about. Ko still on Lee Sin. The bot lane unchanged as well for NIP. Those were elements that were consistently very good, and that's still scary for UOL.
Yeah, they ended up winning the bottom lane, even without the assistance of Ko, but then he came in at level 5 and just stomped that lane with a kick.
Yep.
Got himself in there.
Couple of buttons.
Yeah, and the thing here is Power of Evil and the whole lineup of Unicorns of Love, they scale about the same, if not slightly better than NIP's lineup. They have Jax.
Yes.
They have Lulu up against Nidalee, who scales very, very well.
Sure.
But it's Shyvana top. Doesn't scale as crazy as Jax. But we have to see. So if NIP...
And a Kha'Zix.
Exactly, and a Kha'Zix against a Lee Sin. So NIP, they're relying on the fact that Ko will bully around Sheepy again, and that they will win the lanes off of that. Because if they don't, it's going to be back to that NIP style of sitting and just scaling. And then they'll rely on Freeze in the late game.
All right, we'll see if Freeze can do it then. Of course, you will have the attack speed buff from Nid. That'll help. And we're going to see Jax versus Twitch. If you want to boil it down really, really heavily, that's what it comes down to.
And Nuke Duck does end up taking the Ghost.
Yeah.
Which is also very good against Kha'Zix, because when Kha'Zix uses his ultimate, if you flash away, he's still going to catch up to you again.
True. So that's going to be the gameplay here. Sir Scott going to wait around on the wings, off on the side. He knows that his Tribush was trinketed.
Oh, all those wards.
Yep. Caught most of them. Good job, observers. Bam, another one.
Welcome to Post 4.6.
Yep. Oh, it's okay. He's going to give these guys plenty of vision to play with. Make sure they know what's going on around the map. It looks like no invades will happen, and we will have default lanes as well. Temple Jax.
Vizicachi's Jax, we got to keep an eye on that, for sure. Because it's up against Alexic, who's not as comfortable in the top lane. We even saw it last game when he was up against Vizicachi. He wasn't as effective. He had about 20 CS down at one point. He eventually caught up when he swapped back to mid lane. But
he started in mid lane.
Oh, yeah, sorry. No, that's right.
Nuke Duck went top with
It's the fact that they
I know.
They're swapped on the bottom. I'm like,
They like basically double swapped.
And then they swapped it back. It's like, oh, nope. But yeah, he was actually... So I guess it was... Yeah, no, when Alexic ended up there.
Really engaged, though. Freeze taking a bit of damage. Mithy going to put the buff onto himself and land some slows, but Mithy taking some good damage to that one. Hylissang gets his 2 stacks used up, but takes a bunch of damage for Twitch in the process. Both supports at half.
It's actually a really good trade by Unicorns of Love, because Mithy ended up using Tidecaller's Blessing on himself instead of onto Freeze, who was the one auto-attacking, and Mithy was just back.
Mithy was autoing.
Yeah, he only got about 1 or 2 off. He got him onto Scott.
Okay. Well, Scott, again, getting attacked there by Mithy. Gets 2 of the charges used right there. Freeze looking to follow up a little bit there. Both level 1 so far. Hylissang puts the ward down to make sure he's safe. Yeah, and then keep the push going.
This matchup is not that great for Leona at the early levels, because you're just going to get auto-attack harassed by the Nami. Later on, you have a bit of an advantage. Look at that. Already. So Jax is renowned for not being a good laner, but he's able to push it out. Yeah, he's usually one of those people where you're like, all right, his early game isn't that great. His late game, he's incredible.
Yeah. Well, this is actually, there's a couple of interesting misconceptions with Jax as well. I agree that he's not like the premier bully laner, especially pre-6. But what it actually hinges off of is using your level 1. Yes. Because Counter-Strike is such a strong ability, you can guarantee 1 or 2 good trades with just that ability. And
Sheepy's off on the side here.
Okay, it's going to be the attempt to ignite the stun on Mithy. Good damage down right there. He still has Flash and Exhaust, though. The team will not re-engage for that one, so no Summoner's Burn, but no health. Goes in for a freeze. Good damage there. The heal comes out as well.
And keeping Sheepy around, but that's going to set up Ko to do whatever he wants and keep tabs on it.
So far, though, Ko's actually staying in his own jungle. Interesting.
A lot of farm.
Yeah, he went to his own Wolves one night. He does have a CS lead over his opposition, to be fair, but we'll see what this turns into over time.
So Vizicachi pushed it all the way up to the turret. Alexic caught up in farm afterwards. But yeah, you were saying Jax, he's not renowned for his lane phase. His level 1 is still pretty good because Counter-Strike scales up.
Yeah.
But now both junglers looking again at the bottom lane. And there's the engage.
Really big damage comes in, but there's Ko for the counter gank on this one. That's why he's standing at the bottom side of the map. Big damage comes through. Bubble's going to hit Sheepy. He's going to go down. First blood picked up. Ko, right up better than all of us did. Don't counter jungle. There's a gank coming.
Yep. Level 4, he was in the right place at the right time, had the advantage over Sheepy. And we talked about this in that long pregame that we had, that when he gets an advantage, he's like, oh, I'm showing up, and I have more experience than you. Oh, I'm tougher than you.
Yep.
I have an item advantage over you. Whatever he can push, he will.
Did it phenomenally right there. So it's a double buff Twitch now in the bottom lane. UOL, you thought your lane was going well. It suddenly stopped. This is going to be pretty rough now, NAP with a good lead.
Twitch with a red buff is just one of the scariest things in the game.
Yeah. As an AD carry, I'm a little bit sad.
The lane is a little bit...
difficult.
It's in distress at this point.
Yep. For the next 2 minutes, it's going to be very, very rough. But we'll see if they can pull it out. Power of Evil still trying to put the pressure down on this mid lane. You're seeing actually a close to 10 minion lead right now over Nuke Duck. So I got to say that's impressively done. Power of Evil did do well in his mid lane matchup last time when he was on Ziggs, but this bot lane is going to be tough again.
Sheepy found Ko. Puts down the ward, has tabs on him now. And Ko's actually off on the side. He's still going for this mid lane gank. They saw it, though.
Ooh, nice dodge of the Q right there. The ward not going to mean too much for him. Ko does take another Q right there. Sheepy might contribute a little bit of damage, but Ko gets pushed away. Well played, Power of Evil.
Yeah. Ko is trying to help out Nuke Duck, who's low on mana and on health. Trying to allow him to back, but the pressure of Lulu and Power of Evil, who has proved himself in the first game as well during the laning phase, and now in this game too, he's still doing really well.
So it's going to be a bad recall for Nuke Duck. He didn't get the push that he wanted from Ko. Sheepy being around helped that one as well, so it's going to be a lot of golden XP lost by Nuke Duck. A safe recall from Power of Evil. it's more advantages that this UOL team is gaining from the mid lane.
Now at the same time, up at the top lane, level 6 coming out for Alex Each a little earlier. Both teleports are down. But so Ko ganked the bottom lane, and now he's going to look at other lanes because that lane's pretty much fine by itself now. And even if Sheepy goes to gank there, Ko's style is I will gank a lane that you're not in and just, 2v1 it.
Yeah, and it's going to be the case, really. Like, Ko's been able to find a lot of lopsided engagements right there. Vizichachi and Alex were still doing battle in the top lane. Minions are fairly close, but you see how well this Jax can bully his opponent out. It's working pretty nicely for him. Mithy and Freeze right now holding onto a 7-minion lead, and they're still kind of making these guys afraid. And, okay, there goes the engage. Going to do what they can on this one. Freeze does not have the buffs anymore, but he's level 5, meaning good damage down to Hillsong. The bubble going to land as well. A lot of health lost by that Leona.
Oh, Ko, 2 levels up.
Big damage comes in. The kick into the javelin. What a move right there. Ulti pop and power able to keep him alive. That was close.
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
That was a great play by everybody involved. And now Alex, he's dueling Vizichachi, but it's level 6 Jax.
Yeah. He's got to be careful taking that burnout damage. And Ko actually, because of bullying his opposition around, gets the blue buff steal as well. I mean, Ko, he's fighting knowing that he's going to get the blue buff steal off it. Like, it's awesome.
Oh, now he's coming top. He's going to walk straight over a ward. We got to see how Vizichachi reacts to this.
Well, it's a half health Lee Sin with no ulti.
I mean, Alex Hitch is also below half HP, though.
Yeah, they got to be careful. There's another knock up on Hillsong. Goes in anyway on the Twitch. Not quite in turret range, thankfully so. The damage comes back out. Ignite is on. Hillsong will go down in the 2v2, and Sir Scott has got no mana to follow it up.
Exhaust there onto Sir Scott. Stopped him from actually taking out Freeze.
Impressive stuff.
Now
right
has
there.
his heal up.
Yes. Well, that's rather unfortunate. Could have saved his teammate, but not going to be the case. There we go. Heals coming up from cooldown. Ko grabbing his own red buff. He'll recall actually before he goes for his blue and gives that over to Nuke Duck. But of course, Power of Evil doesn't even have one right there. Sheepy only level 5, but he's trying for it. No one's stopping him just yet. How fast can he kill this camp?
I don't know. He's taking a lot of damage from this.
I think he'll be safe.
Yeah, he'll barely be safe. Jumps over the wall. There's a pink ward in that bush, so they're going to see him on the retreat with the blue.
I'm surprised by how confidently he went for that one. I don't remember where exactly Ko recalled, but I didn't think he did it inside of vision range. But yeah, Sheepy just like went for that steal with no vision of anything.
Well, he had to. I mean, what has he got to lose? Besides his life again.
Oh no, oh no, Ko's right here! Ugh.
Uh-oh.
Ward hop?
Oh, Ko.
Nope, not going to get it. That was close. If you had flash up, you could have like flash queued, but that'd be a little bit risky.
His flash is almost up too. Very, very close. But there he goes. He gets another buff for himself.
Yeah, so it does mean that it's a 3 buff to 1 on this mid game right here. Ko gonna get the timer for himself. 14 minutes, 20 seconds for that one.
I gotta say, Ko is such a great pickup for NIP as a team because of the problems that they were having and the aggression that he provides. Like Ko, he's doing this mostly by himself.
Yeah, he is.
Too. He's like, I'm going to be making these plays. I'm going to be bullying the jungler around. I'm going to keep him down. I'm going to come at the right times. And is he going to come from behind the turret again? This guy is nuts.
He's going to try. He's actually not on top of the ward. He actually chose the right path to go around. So Scott down a half HP. Freeze finding a ton of damage right there. Bubble gonna hit Hillsong. This is not going to be good. Q's going to miss. There's the lockup attempt onto Ko. Good damage comes through. Actually, the outplay almost happens. Freeze takes the aggro. Now, where can Ko go? He's going to walk into the brush. Maybe drop minion aggro, jumps back in. He's got nowhere to go, though. Nice kill picked up. Hillsong grabs the buffs, gives the assist to his support, or his AD carry.
And it was a good dodge out of the way there by Sir Scott. Got himself out of there. And ultimate from Sheepy actually goes down as he evolved it.
He pressed the button when
he pressed the button. I think he probably R control art at that point.
All right.
So he won't have that available for his first gank coming in here.
It's hopefully a short enough cooldown for him that he can get something back. He did. No, actually, yeah, I think he still had the blue buff at the time. So maybe, slightly a shorter cooldown for that one. Again, the battle, Alex Hitch and Vizichachi still actually holding up a minute. And actually, Alex is coming back into this one. He's done a very good job of sustaining up, grabbing the Vamp Scepter. Sheepy coming up.
Thwarted.
Will get spotted by the ward, but the health bar is so low. Alex, he's lost his flash. He's got nowhere to go. Flash auto attack Q, kill picked up. Sheepy getting that one, giving an assist to his top laner.
Didn't even need his ultimate for that first gank.
Nope.
No harm, no foul.
He would have pressed it, I bet you.
Yeah, he would have to go ahead and close the distance.
He had to flash in this case. So yeah, loss of ulti actually meant loss of flash in this case.
Yeah.
Sir Scott's got to be afraid of freeze. The Ruin King already done.
Power
of Evil. He's going way too hard.
Didn't even have to use the Dragon's Rage there for Ko, because you put him in a situation where Power of Evil was saying, I have to either go full aggro and die, or try to escape and die.
I mean, with Flash, the guy probably could have gotten now.
Yeah.
That's oh well. That's an unfortunate move there for Power of Evil. Ko in the right place at the right time one more time. Once again, looking to counter jungle. Realize, wait.
I just helped him.
That's the camp I counter jungled a while back. He has not been in the jungle much.
No, he's ready to clear it out so that he can go ahead and clear it the next time it's up. Oh. There you Oh.
Ooh, Sheepy making the turn.
You win this one, Sheepy.
Whenever you're about to face like a brush, just randomly turn and like see how many skill shots you dodge that way. I've actually seen a lot
you see like a thresh hook and all this stuff fly at you?
I've actually seen a lot of that happen in the recent, like in Challenger and LCS in the last like month. I've actually seen a lot of that.
Oh, he's ran on a ward this time, so you will dodge knowing.
It's true.
He's going for it. They have the advantage in the bottom lane by levels, also in CS. Kills.
Teleports both coming up pretty soon. Vizicachi, Alex still battling. Looks like Alex just getting rid of the minion wave in front of the turret. He'll stay fairly safe, but the team's going to group up for that one. Dragon will go ninjas in pajamas way. 2,000 gold lead. Vizicachi, Alex still fighting. Alex, though, biting up more than he can chew. Another kill goes over to the top laner. That is not the right kind of fight.
Vizicachi is a very good top laner. He was holding his own last time and all throughout the round of 2010. He's coming up big for his team. And the fact that Ko does so well for NIP that if they end up winning this series, they can pretty much go off of Ko's back for a couple of games while Alex each gets up to the LCS level of top laner, or at least the challenger level.
Well, we're going to try for this one. Ulti popped onto two members of UOL. Hylissang once again bubbled up. Ulti by Lucian is not really doing enough damage to chunk down Freeze. Gets heal for Mithy. He's going to be just fine on this one. Yep. Nuke Duck making his roam down, goes through a ward, gets spotted. Javelin number 1's going to hit Hylissang. Javelin number 2 is available. Minion.
Oh, still counts.
Still a hit. There you go, the flash engage. They're going to go for this one. Teleport in from Jax as well. Do they have the fight? Vizicachi's going to find Mithy on this one. Good damage comes through. He still has flash if he wants it. They're going to re-engage. Good damage coming across. Teleport now in from Shyvana. Freeze putting good damage on. Vizicachi will go down. Alex Itch rejoining the fight now. Hylissang 2 hits from dead, and down he goes. Javelin to Sir Scott. They can die this one. 3 kills picked up. What a great fight for NIP.
That was a great TP by Alex Itch into the fight. It was going to be in UOL's favor at first, and they just turned it around. The nice Nami bubble from Mithy to pick that one up and get his team to safety. And now Power of Evil fighting Ko in the meantime. So Alex Itch, his biggest problem is the laning phase right now, because he doesn't really know the matchups as well, which is a huge part of top lane, is knowing when to trade, how to trade, and how much your champion can trade with that person.
Yes.
Currently, it doesn't look like he's up to snuff with that. That just comes with practicing and playing it. You won't know that just by being like, oh, I'm picking up a new champion. Let's play Riven top, and oh, how does that work? But now we're going to see it right here. His decision making is really good. See Vizicachi come in here and go after Mithy. Freeze is stealth. He flashes in to Freeze. There's the bubble. Puts him up. And in the meantime, they get so much damage on him. Alex Itch comes in for the cleanup. So even though he doesn't know the top lane matchups, he still knows what to do in terms of map movement and using the teleport, because he's not unfamiliar with that.
Yeah. Great stuff now by that guy, making those happen. And NIP now on a 4-kill, 4,000 gold lead. They look now from mid lane outer turret. Nuke Duck, Ko, and Freeze all there. The engage by Hylissang, some decent damage comes through, but it's a 2v3. They're not going to get much out of it. Does save some turret health that shoots back onto the minions, but still NIP finding really good things to do this game.
Ko looking at the top lane. He's going to go try and assist Vizicachi, or Alex Itch against Vizicachi. Vizicachi's actually going to, yeah, he's throwing a ward down in that bush.
And Alex does force him away knowing that Ko is around. He actually wards for his teammate, which is nice of him.
The rest of the team of Unicorns of Love is actually wrapping around in the jungle here, looking for Ko. Yeah, Sheepy and Hylissang. They were trying to see if Ko was going to take a sneaky route towards mid, but it looks like he just stays top. And now, here they come into the back.
He goes in. He's going to find damage on a Nuke Duck. This Nidalee taking a good bit of pain. Nice knock up there as well. Keeps him slowed down. They're still trying. He jumps the wall. Nice move on this one. Mithy going to get the knock up as well onto Sheepy. NIP with a marvelous disengage on this one. Nuke Duck hops another wall. That was great play.
Yeah, And the big thing there is that the bubble landed as the final charge of the R was coming out, the Void Assault, so that he wasn't able to close the distance one last time, which would have been enough there to get onto Mithy. Oh, Vizichachi, he's in trouble now.
Oh, the flash kick, and Vizichachi's going to be going down for this one. Nice try, but the kill's picked up.
That's the kick flash.
Yep, that's a kick flash.
Put the input before you flash. It's so fast to pull that off. I remember when Scar first saw Scuba Chris do that, he's like, he's a god! How did he do that?
Press R then F.
Yeah, because you already have your leg in the air, and then you flash the other side of them, and they just go flying the opposite direction. You're like, oh, that works.
Yeah. It's rather effective, so very well played on this one. 8-3 now. Mid lane outer turret did go down. UOL got that with some minions.
Looking for some scotch.
He's going to have a good...
Oh, he ate?
Doesn't matter, it's going to be enough. He's going to look for the damage now. Ulti pop, big damage, and a Sir Scott Summoner heal forced out of that one. Didn't even ruin King him. That's interesting.
Yeah. He didn't use the Ruin King, which would have given him an extra slow in that. And at the same time...
Well, with the dash, he wouldn't have slowed him anyway.
Yeah,
but
if he had used the Relentless Pursuit afterwards. But the he's got an Avery's Blade that he's been sitting on.
Yeah. Yeah, he went Static Shift second in game 1 as well. We typically see Phantom Dancer from Twitches after Ruin King, but Shiv is a lot of extra burst damage when you go for the assassinations. It's an itemization choice that lets you push a little bit more towards the 1v1s, but it's a worse team fight item.
Here.
Sheepy going in, some decent damage. Nuke Duck does get slowed up, but dodges the first Glitter Lance. Ghost is on, he's trying to run away. Nice knock up there from Lulu. He's going to go back into Google Form, one more jump away. He dodges the third Glitter Lance in a row, the knock up on a Power Heal Javelin on the way back. And Mithy's going to stay safe with his team. Now here comes Alex, hits the engage on the wrong side. Here comes Hillsong to save the team, but Ko is right around. He's saving the Q. He's putting a good amount of damage down. Nice tidal wave comes by as well. Now here comes the battle. Sheepy forced by Alex, nice double man stun, but Hillsong now in the wrong spot. Vizichachi will get top lane turret for it, but another bubble gets them another kill. Sir Scott now forced to run away. There's no turret here. The Nami heal dealing even more damage. Alex, it's still on the chase. Nice Q, this could keep them safe. The Javelin! Ooh. Oh no, this could be Freeze with the kill. The W is going to land. 2 more auto attacks. There's the kill picked up. Mithy gets it with the heal. Big fight NIP one more time.
The ebb and flow picking up the kill, but the ebb and flow of the game going in NIP's favor currently. They're on that tier 2 turret, and Vizichachi up at the top lane doing what Jax does. He's split pushing. He still has TP, and so does Alex.
180 CS. He should get this turret down pretty quickly. Alex, I don't know if he really wants to fight this battle. He's got no teammates coming, but looks like it's enough to force the Jax away on this one. Bottom lane turret, the engage, the flash jump in. Mithy taking a good bit of damage, but the knock up there is on. Ignite is still ticking. One more attack. Hillsong gets it with the burning damage, but that does mean Dragon for NIP.
Meanwhile, Vizichachi still dueling Alex in top lane. He's out of mana, which is actually pretty big for Jax. He does have some decent mana costs here. Maybe has enough for a counter strike, but he's not going to risk it.
Yep, just pops the Ruin King. He's going to peace out on this one. Dragon form available fairly soon, and he hasn't seen the rest of the team in a while. Vizichachi burns a ward to escape, but it's a 5,500 gold lead now for Ninjas and Bit. They've been controlling the map. Yeah. I do have to commend UOL for getting turrets this game. In game 1, there's a point where they were up 4-3, even when they were down in kills, down in overall gold. And once again, they're up 3-2 in this one. So the pushing from UOL is strong. NIP are focusing more on getting the kills and then Dragons afterwards.
Yeah, and speaking of getting the kills, Yumu's Ghostblade coming out here for Freeze.
Okay.
So that's what that was building into instead of the Shiv. He's looking for the assassination potential. You saw it there in his playstyle earlier, where he's like, and I think we're going to see it here too.
This would be risky, though.
It's very, very risky.
The ulti's up for Leona. He wouldn't win this fight if they wanted to go for it, but he's got backup, though, on the wings, which UOL kind of realized that they didn't dive him. Mithy would have saved him with the bubble and everything else, so Freeze does keep the turret alive. So Yomu's, by the way, same reason as you would go Static Shift, basically.
Yeah. Wave Clear?
Well, I mean, Static Shift's a really good one-on-one item because you get the initial burst damage.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
Like the lightning is just like it's an upfront 100 damage. Like it's really good for that. Javelin's going to come through, though. It's going to be red buff grabbed by Sheepy. TP's coming in for both teams there. Will Alexich complete his? He does, actually. He's going to jump in, run on towards Sheepy. He's going to just disrupt for the team. The nice knockback. Tidal is going to land onto 2, and now Vizichachi forced to run away. Gets away from the bubble, puts the dodge on. Ko's going to hop the wall, looks for Sheepy. He's got to be careful. Twitch damage is going to be massive. Freeze picks up that kill, turns around, goes off Leona as well, 2-0.
Yeah, the Youmu's giving him the bonus movement speed so he can close that distance, and the extra auto attacks that he's able to get from the burst of attack speed allows him to just pick up those 2 kills for himself. Great tidal wave there from Mithy to keep those people just right in line. Also scatter them.
Yeah.
Because Sim went off to the side and said, I don't want to get knocked up. Oh, I die anyway.
Yeah. So great stuff by NIP. Freeze goes into the bottom lane, finds the third turret of the game for his team. It's going to be both bottom lane tier 1 and tier 2 down as well. NIP, the rest of them group up towards mid. Of course, they have the numbers lead, so outer turret goes down 4-3, 8,000 gold lead. Power of Evil, Vizicachi still in pretty precarious situations.
So different strategy from NIP this game. Because they have the tank, he's just TPing into the fights and dealing with Vizicachi and making sure that he can't split push. So Alex Each, but now Ko, same MO as before.
He's going to kick Power of Evil into the team. That's a kill picked up. Now Vizicachi puts the dodge in. He's going to force the team to back away a little bit for this one, but more damage comes through. Bubble once again dodged away by ward hopping. Sheepy forced to run away, though only level 10 on that guy to the 12 of Ko. You have Freeze around on the wings, and there comes Alex Itch for the dive as well. Sheepy's going to go down, another kill picked up. Hylissang is going to die just to deal some CC. I don't know if he really needed to do that one, but NIP still in a great spot.
They love to dive turrets, and it's great because they're all on the same page. Ko, saying it before, he's crazy. He's diving so many turrets, but the rest of the team is just backing him up. It's the calculated aggression that they have as a whole unit. Right. I actually think this NIP is a lot more exciting.
Yeah, they are a lot more exciting. I mean, truthfully, they're actually killing things. They're actually doing things that aren't split pushing all game. They're definitely more exciting. And they're up 11,000 gold now at 22 minutes. Like, they're more aggressive. They're diving, and this game could be over very soon in NIP's favor.
And the way that they've been playing, they get that tiny advantage from Ko, and then he knows what to do with it.
Yeah.
Like, Ko, when he was on Cloud9 Eclipse, was kind of the same story. And then when they couldn't play with Ko because he was too young and ineligible to actually play, they suffered every time they didn't field him on the roster. And it was very apparent that he dictates the play style of the game.
Yeah, C9E won every tournament they played pretty much with him in it.
Yep.
Or, sorry, all the Riot tournaments they played with him in it. But yeah, when he sub out for the promo tournament or when they subbed him out for some of the Challenger Series games, it definitely went a lot worse. So.
And they're like, get that guy back for playoffs.
Pretty much.
And it worked.
Yeah, it got him first place in the playoffs, but it got the team into the promotion tournament. But
yeah. And he's eligible for 2015 split if they do qualify from this. Which Ko
make their run.
Ooh, he's looking real good.
He's looking amazing. Absolutely, it's going to be outer turret grabbed by UOL as NIP had other things to do. They're going to actually look down towards the mid lane for now. UOL will have to respond to this pretty soon. The Unicorns should recall because there's a mid lane siege happening in about 5 seconds. NIP, while they were down there, have been actually setting up ward control to make sure they're not going to get flanked. But actually first, they go for the play onto Freeze. Good damage comes through. Somebody he'll burn, but still half HP on that one. And now comes the push. 3-4 members in this right-hand side lane. And actually,
the flank.
NIP didn't even bother trying to push. They're going to go for the flank.
It's Ko's style. He loves to flank the team. They have Freeze in the front. The teleport from Alex Each is not available. He has to recall and walk straight down to get to them. Ko is actually on the wrong side of this fight currently.
Yeah, it's going to be all 5 members of Unicorns of Love. Ko going to get stunned up, has a ward to jump to, will get away on that one. Nice kickback, it's 2 knockups, but gets the slow from 2 members. Sir Scott jumps in, gets the kill picked up. Lulu ulti not quite required on that one, but here comes the tidal wave's going to land on a 2. Will they keep chasing? It's a 5v4. Bubble hits Hylissang. Good damage here. He puts the Eclipse on, still running away. Javelin hits him for a lot of damage. Alex Itch will Dragon Form with a flash. Oh! He tried to juke it, but
he got Alex's flash. Alex flashed over the wall upward. Gotta cover every spot.
Hey man, it was a nice move, but Nukeduck still got the kill.
Yeah, Unicorns Love wanted nothing to do with that. They blew too many ultimates on just taking out Ko that by the time the team actually showed up, it was like, oh, we don't have Solar Flare, we don't have the culling, we don't have our Wild Growth. We really only have Sheepy's ultimate, but that's for catching people and picking people off.
Yeah.
A really good engage by NIP to realize that. And look at that, pings around the Baron area. This isn't typical NIP from before because they love to play it safe. So they're going for the Baron bait.
See if they can. They've got javelins, good damage there. Blue buff does get picked up by a Power of Evil, who's also got a blue elixir, so he matches. That's nice. Gonna look for the attempt. There we go. The Glitter Lance gonna slow down Nukeduck, and here's the engage. Can they get the damage they need? Mithy takes a huge amount of damage. Does not quite fall over. Flash in. Vizicachi finds one. Sheepy. First one away, but he goes down to Freeze. Freeze will trade his life for that one. 2-to-1 fight so far. Nukeduck is ghosting. He's trying to get away. Looks like he will get solar flared and slowed, but not enough damage comes through. And now you got to be careful if you're Sir Scott, because Ko is right behind you. Team is going to be rejoining soon. He could lifesteal off the wave, but goes down towards the bottom side to rejoin his team.
The power of evil is behind all them, and there's the counter-strike.
Stun's gonna land, big damage comes through, Sir Scott just out of range, and Ko can't quite claim the kill, but Alex Ich will claim 2, and now Nuke Duck backing him up is gonna be careful. Oh man, the Javelin. Power of Evil's not gonna deal any damage through that heal. The chase coming in, he looks for Alex. Can he find the damage? The juke's not gonna be enough. Kill picked up 1 for 1 on that trade, but that's 4, actually 5 members of Unicorns of Love died there.
4 for 5.
Yep.
The overall there,
yep.
Which is actually pretty good for Unicorns of Love, considering they get more experience out of it, and they got some shutdowns. We're going to watch this again. We see Sheepy go straight after Mythy for the HP, just take it out, but then here's the thing, Vizichachi comes in with the counter-strike onto Freeze for the stun. They do end up losing Sheepy, and then that was really Vizichachi coming up big there with the counter-strike stun onto Freeze, and then swapping to Mythy for the kill, and then swapping back to Freeze.
Yeah.
And now Alex, this entire time, he's like, I need to build up my Fury. So what am I doing? He's just running straight around. Comes in and flanks them. Once again, it's another flank. Ko is just solo most of the time in these pinches. Comes in, kills, uses Dragons, or his Flame Breath to the right, and gets a double kill for himself. Great spear there by Nuke Duck. And then we saw that he turned it around and tried to pick up both Alex Ich and Nuke Duck. He did get Alex Ich. Yeah. And Power of Evil knew he was going down at that point.
Knew he was going down. One thing I think happened there is Sheepy actually, when he initially left in, queued Nuke Duck and then autoed Mythy. Because he didn't queue Mythy, Mythy lived, was able to exhaust Vizichachi and force the Jax flash.
Yeah.
Like one click on the wrong champion actually burned, allowed a summon spell to go down and actually burn another one, which I don't know if could have made a difference.
Super aggressive.
Goes through the play, knocks back Power of Evil. Hillhound's going to line the stun though, and Ko goes down. Too aggressive. Look at that build. He grabs a BF sword.
Yep.
That is an aggressive Lee Sin build.
That's a man sin right there. That.
Oh, he died for it though.
He messed up the flash, or the kick flash. Ended up kicking backwards and flashing a little late, but it still blew his flash.
Yeah.
Alex, in the meantime, is shoving that top lane. They do have a 3-on-5 mid, but now we see Vizichachi. He's confident in his abilities. He's going to go fight Alex Ich.
Well, he's got a level deficit right there. Look at the damage now, down to half HP, and there comes the engagement Dragon Form. Vizichachi got to be really careful in this one. Does already use the Ruin King. Alex Ich forced away under the turret. Now, how well can he lifesteal? Hillsong shows up, doesn't quite land the E.
Oh, should be on the inside.
All right, can they get the damage? Now the stun should be able to land there. A lot of CC layered down into Alex Ich, who does not have the flash. Kill is picked up with the Javelin. It's Hillsong. He's got to be careful. Vizichachi low as well. Sheepy, ooh, he blocks it with the ulti on this one. Gets the shield as well, and Freeze not going to find much else. That's a 1 for 0.
Good culling for suppressive fire there to allow them to continue the disengage. But look at that, the pings onto the Baron immediately. Most teams are like, we're not going to go for Baron unless we can guarantee it, and we know that they're 5 down. But they got them low enough that Sheepy, if he tries to contest this, one good spear will kill him.
Oh, goodbye to Sheepy, and now Freeze chases down to Sir Scott, and back onto the Baron they go. NIP knows they're just so far ahead in gold. Make it a 4v4. And see if they can do it. Another Javelin's going to land, 2 members dead. No jungler available as well. UOL, they're going to try again. Here comes the engage from Vizichachi. Solar Flare's not going to land onto too much, but Freeze, he's not in the best spot either. Takes a whole bunch of healing. Sir Scott goes for the fight. He will pick it up. 2 kills back to Unicorns of Love. They turn the 3-on-5 around.
But you can't overstay your welcome versus a Nidalee. He's going to poke you out on the back, but look at that. They continue to do it.
Ko is incredibly low. Gets it with the smite. Hillsong goes for the trade. No, gigantic heals come through. He stays alive. Vizichachi, he's not going to land the stun. Ko outplaying it all. Sir Scott shows up. Can he get it? No, he can't. Oh, barely. But it's going to be a 3 for 1. Honestly, big fight NIP's way.
Yeah, they only get Baron buff onto 2 people, but it doesn't matter. They still have large waves coming their way. They get all the gold, too.
Yeah. 5-on-3 overall, the kill score for that battle. Yeah, watch that one again.
It was just a very prolonged fight. Vizichachi comes in onto Mythy here. Freeze, they still stay onto Freeze regardless. They can see him.
They need to.
And Sir Scott picks that one up. Ko actually leaps back in after they disengage it to just keep aggro on it and keep it low. So Alex Ich, the call then, without hesitation, is to continue. Hillsong goes in, gets it onto Ko, but it's already dead. And Vizichachi comes in with the counter-strike. We see Ko actually follow his resonating strike to dodge it, which is perfect at that point. He stays alive, he stays in, and it baits Sir Scott back in the fight. He gives up himself at the same time. But overall, very good coordination there by NIP. Yeah. Comes straight back into action.
Oh man, another fight going on. Hillsong, he's so aggressive. He's looking for the battles here in this one. All right.
I like this NIP.
Well, I think they're going to get the blue buff for this one, but UOL still going to try. They're doing what they can desperately. Only 2 Baron buffs on. Looks like blue buff does get grabbed up in that one, so UOL stays safe. Ko grabs his own blue buff. One thing I do want to point out, though, I feel like Hylissang's not playing his best this game. He's solar flaring early and missing when he's already got a pink ward to put down to spot the Twitch. Like the solar flare in that fight missed. And then he faced the mountains himself instead of Vizichachi in the end of that last fight, when he could have kept the Jax alive for longer, like a much more important target. And so there's a couple of little moves that are just kind of missing from him that I feel like could make small differences for UOL.
Yeah. Especially when you're playing against somebody like Mithy.
Yeah.
He keeps tabs on all those things. He has the captain boots for himself. Oh, my Captain Nami.
Yep.
Captain Nami reporting for duty.
Keep the team moving. I mean, he's got Talisman of Ascension as well. He's really move speed based for his team.
Yep.
They're all going to run really quick.
Follow up on the tidal wave and the passive.
Here we go, the attempt, 2-man bubble there. Alex touches the front lines. He is so durable, though. Barely even takes damage. Notice that he does have the Ninja Tabby this game, which is very helpful against the UOL team.
And now just a little bit. Wait for the wave. Red buff's up. It's going to go straight over to Freeze after this. He has so much assassination potential now, and he also got himself a QSS. So if he does get stunned again, he can immediately get out of it. And Mithy has Mikhails, so he's able to help him out too. Now they're going back to the split push so that they can use the teleport. And at the same time, I don't think Vizichachi can actually duel Alexisha at this point. I think he has too much gold in his bank.
Well, we're going to see if they can do it, because yeah, you're right. Alex, 8, 4, and 10. Pretty big dude overall.
Got out of the laning phase, helped in the team fights, picked up a lot of kills for himself. Now he's back, and he's strong.
Yeah, think about it. He started the game 0-2-0 out of the laning phase, and he's gone 8, 2, and 10 since then, which is remarkably good. 6-0, 14 for Nuke Duck, so upping his KDA, 20 for this game so far. Overall, some good plays. Ko just loves to dance.
He can leave this blue behind.
It's fine. Doesn't need it anyway. Alex just grabs the red buff, help him stick in the back line a little bit better.
This one blue don't dance, and if it don't dance, there's no blue with his.
No. No. That is not how this one works. Alex that's level 18. Making his way around. Ko 15. Looks like Dragon will be these guys. Taking the time of this one. They were in front of the inhibitor turret 20 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
Over the last 13 minutes, all they've done is really accrue a gold lead by taking Barons, which doesn't suck, but it's a little bit slower than what we saw in game 1.
Their last game ended at about this point.
Yeah.
And now they're ready to do it. The split push does work a little more effectively than what they currently have for themselves in terms of winning team fights and then exploiting that. But what they have now is they're looking for Freeze to possibly set up a fight, but not get caught out by Jax. So Ko, denying vision, pushing up 2 waves at once. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go straight into the base, doing Ko style. And then kicking somebody. Look at it, he already warded over the wall. He's ready for this.
Vizichachi does go for a little bit of an attempt there. If that one doesn't quite find it, the vision going to be good. Hylissang goes for the engage, finds Nuke Duck. Good CC layering, but the Zonius is used to keep the team safe. A 3-man tidal wave as well. Hylissang forced one away, pops the shields to keep himself alive. Disengage works for both sides. Sheepy is going to be trying to get away, just dodge the Ko E. Ooh, nice flash as well. Keeps himself a little bit safer for now. But the front line still going for NIP. Sheepy likely to fall on the wings. There's the dive in for Nuke Duck. Good damage comes through. Alex finds one, and Freeze claims the last hit for that one. Sheepy finally gets queued down there. Ko picks up a second kill for this fight. And now again, Vizichachi looks for Nuke Duck. He's going to be ghosted though. The slows come in, the shield as well. He's got nowhere to go. Level 16, Javelin in the back. And the kill picked up for Alex H. This is 3 kills now picked up. Hylissang, Power of Evil, the only ones left alive. NIP look to close it out. Mithy will fall, but they trade back on the enemy support. Power of Evil still trying to run 1 versus 4, but the Nexus and the inhibitor is now open.
Nuke Duck hasn't died in these 2 games that we've seen from them. They're taking the inhibitor. They're going to go for the Nexus here.
And they got the chance to do it. Power of Evil, ooh, despite the home grab, the Q's going to land, the kick into the team. Nice play right there. Good damage comes through, and the ulti to claim the ace. 5 seconds of the response. Nexus turret number 1 taking damage. Nexus turret number 2 going down now as well. And here comes Sheepy and Sir Scott to defend the game. Looks like that won't be the case, though. Culling comes out. They're trying, actually, to do what they can, but the Nexus falls 35 minutes in. NIP 2-0.
Basically the same formula as last game for their victory. Ko, come bottom, set them up, leave them alone after you get that 1 kill. Then outplay Sheepy in the jungle, camp him, keep him down. 2 levels up at one point. Sheepy had one of the roughest times I've ever seen any jungler have.
Yeah.
Ko really taking it to him, changing the NIP style, and they end the game at about 35 minutes which is still, it's a little longer than just like utterly decimating your opponent.
The general average for like a game is like 34.
Exactly. So they were right around that area. So they've definitely knocked off a lot of their average game time from back in the previous seasons of being NIP.
Yeah.
So with the addition of Ko and the hyper aggression, they're looking in top form right now. And Alex, he still knows the team fights. He still knows how to engage. What to do in the team fights is very important as well. He knows who to peel for and how to peel. Or when to be aggressive. Exactly. But the thing is, his laning phase could use a couple bumps up.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
Otherwise, he's adjusting very well from what I've seen.
Yeah, I think the addition of more proper strategic play, I think, is the right addition for NIP. It has helped them, I think, quite a bit. You're seeing this team look very, very strong right here. Alexic 10-4-12 is a damn good score. Impressive play by him.
Most gold on his team.
Yeah, most gold on his team, 16.9 thousand. Pretty much full tank. Ruin King, Sunfire, Randuin's, Banshees, Ninja Tabby. He's there to be the front liner. It worked for him. Freeze on Twitch as well. Did actually go for the Yomu's Ghostblade build. Then added the Last Whisper, which is kind of like a caster, sort of, in a way. Because you're not getting a lot of crit. You're doing a lot of damage to Contaminate, though. Nuke Duck, as you mentioned, 0 deaths both games now, right? So 6-0-17 on this one. I think he now gets the throne for highest KDA and Challenger.
So. I think he's died once. Oh, no, he hasn't died. Because this is the first game seeing out of him here.
Yeah. So rather impressive, I got to say. NIP look a whole lot of scary.
Probably got something like 40 or 30 KDA.
It's a large number. I'll give you that one for sure. So even though this is a team that missed out on qualifying for the LCS.
By one game.
Yeah. Well, they've missed out twice now. They missed out by Zoro0 not patching his client for the spring split. Or no, sorry, for last summer. Or whichever one it was. I think it was last summer, if I'm not remembering improperly. Missed out. No, yeah, for spring. Yep. Missed out qualifying for this summer by one game losing to Millennium. They stuck together for another series, and they're looking the best they ever have.
Yeah, with the addition of Ko, who this is his first series that he's actually able and eligible to qualify for the LCS. He's been a hot topic, though. He's been a hot issue. People are like, Ko is so good. He's kind of like when people were talking about Pobelter or people who were too young in NA.
Yeah.
He's like, Ko is the guy. Ko is the guy that people want on their team, but he's just too young.
He's the Bjergsen.
Yes, exactly. He's the Bjergsen.
Yes.
He was too young to play, and then as soon as he was eligible, people were like, get you on the team.
And then TSM picks him up.
Yeah.
We'll see where Ko goes. I mean, NIP, of course, looking very good as a team.
Also had Bjergsen.
A lot of all-star talent. Also had Bjergsen. That's a very good point. Guys, now that tonight's quarterfinal match is officially history, let's take a look at the updated Challenger Series bracket. With their dominating win, Ninjas in Pajamas are advancing to the semifinals, where they await the winner of tomorrow night's best-of-3 between Chantal Machbao and Gamers2.
And next week, we have 2 more quarterfinal matchups coming your way, when Denial Esports goes up against Loveland Shore on Thursday. Then, on Friday, the former Cloud9 Eclipse returns to the Challenger Series as H2K Gaming to take on SK Gaming Prime.
But before then, there's more EU LCS action on the way tomorrow. Starts at 6 p.m. Central European Summer Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, when Alliance takes on SK Gaming. Afterwards, Millennium and Fnatic try to settle the differences on the Rift.
Then, the Copenhagen Wolves take on Rocat, followed by Gambit Gaming and Super Hot Crew. For the complete schedule of games, head over to lolesports.com.
And with that, we've reached the end of our time together tonight. But before we go, I want to say thanks again to our friends at Coca-Cola. Now for myself, Zyrene, and the entire live broadcast crew, thanks for watching, good night, and GG. They're going to re-engage. Good damage coming across. Teleport now in from Shyvana. Freeze putting good damage on Vizicsacsi. Will go down. Alexic rejoining the fight now. Hillsong 2 hits from dead, and down he goes. Javelin and Sir Scott, they can dive this one. 3 kills picked up.
Oh, Vizicsacsi, he's in trouble now.
Oh, the flash kick, and Vizicsacsi's going to be going down for this one. Damage here. He puts the Eclipse on, still running away. Javelin hits him for a lot of damage. Alexic will Dragon Form with a flash. Oh! He tried to juke it, but
he got Alex's flash. Alex flashed over the wall upward. He's going to poke down on the back, but look at that. They continue to do it.
Ko is incredibly low. Gets it with the spite. Hillsong goes to the trade. No, gigantic heals come through. He stays alive. Vizicsacsi. He's not going to land the stun. Ko outplaying it all. Sir Scott shows up. Can he get it? No, he can't. Oh, barely. But it's going to be a 3-for-1